All right, so today we are here with our house batteries, which are located underneath our step when you come into the RV. Now, I just want to start off by saying that I totally dropped the ball in regards to our house batteries. Now, when me and Katie had first gotten the RV, we did quite a bit of research into batteries and how they work and how to maintain them and things like that. But since then, we've been plugged into AC power pretty much everywhere we go. So I completely just forgot about the maintenance and didn't do much work on them. Now, the thing that's crazy about that is the other day they took our RV into the shop to put the clear bra on the front, and when they brought it back out, I noticed when the guy was driving it that our steps were still out. So I was like, whoa, what's going on? And he told me that they stayed out, and I was just like, oh no, our batteries. So I got in here and I started looking around a little bit more, and I realized that they are deep cell batteries that do have the water ports. Now, when we first got the RV, I looked in here and I didn't think they were. Obviously, I didn't look hard enough, but anyway, they are. So with the deep cell batteries that have water ports, it's important to monitor them almost every 30 days to just kind of check the water levels and make sure that the cells inside there aren't below, or the water isn't below them. Make sure they're fully submerged. Now, since, like I said before, I totally dropped the ball, ours are like really low on water, and our stairs weren't coming in and out, so they were obviously not holding a charge. So at this point, we're not sure if we're going to have to replace them, but after doing a little bit of research, I was just like, you know what, let's try to at least fill them up with water and see if they hold a full charge. Now, one thing to note is that if you are doing this in your RV before you've gotten to the so far down the road path that we're at, to where it seems like your batteries are dying, you're definitely going to want to have your batteries at a full charge when you add the water. But anyway, let's get into kind of what we need to have in order to do this in the first place. So as you can see, I'm wearing gloves. These are very important just in case any of the material from inside the battery does come up and get on your hands. It could be pretty rough. Also, you should wear safety goggles. I unfortunately don't have any, but I do have my glasses, so I'm going to hope those do well. You know, follow what I say, not what I do. Anyway, let's move on. Next, I have a little water bottle here. This is actually filled with distilled water. Now, the important thing to note is, well, you can see my distilled water here, but the important thing when filling water up into your batteries is to go with distilled water, and that's mainly because all the minerals and things like that are removed, and when you put water in here, you want it to be basically as clean and pure as possible so that the minerals don't interact with the other chemicals that are in there. That's why you go distilled water versus like tap water or anything like that. Anyway, so we have our water, we have our gloves. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure that the power for the batteries is turned off, and then we also went ahead and disconnected our AC power as well, so there should be zero power in here. But anyway, that about wraps it up for getting into it and getting it done. Now we'll go ahead and take off the caps and pour some water in. All right, so we finished up putting water into the different cells, making sure that the water level came up above the plates that were in there. And we're hoping that what that'll do is allow for us, when we plug back into the AC power source, that it'll recharge the batteries back up and they'll continue to take a charge. Now, one thing to note is that our batteries are from 2011, and generally they'll last about 6 to 8 years depending on maintenance and things like that. So we're probably getting close to that time where we need to replace them anyway, but we'll give this a couple days and see if adding the water helped the batteries take a charge and hold it a little longer. If not, we'll come back and we'll replace them and we'll get there, but we'll check back in a couple days. All right, so we are here. It's been about 3 days since we actually put water into the batteries. And our ultimate goal there was to just see if we added water, if the batteries would be able to hold a charge. It had been a little while since I had checked them, and they were pretty much bone dry. So we didn't know if adding water would help, or if, hey McNally, or if adding water wouldn't do anything. But before we went out and got new batteries, we figured we'd give it a try. So like I said, it's been 3 days, and today we had to dump, so we figured it was a good day to go give it a test. We unhooked the power and we pulled out, and the really cool thing is that we used the stairs as a gauge, and they actually went in and out with ease like they normally should, solely off the batteries. Whereas before we'd added the water and the batteries were pretty drained, they really didn't work at all, and if you open the door, there's a good chance the stairs were going to stay out. So today it worked really good. The batteries are actually holding a charge right now. Now, I'm not sure how long that's going to last, considering we are at about the time in the cycle when it would be a good idea to replace the batteries. So we're just going to cruise with it, see how long it'll work, and then when we get to a stage where the batteries need to be replaced, we'll swing back through and show you how we change out the old ones for the new ones. But anyway, that about wraps it up for adding water to our batteries. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them below. Thanks for swinging by. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys again soon.